So linear regression is when we are working with one independent and one dependent variable. In computational, it is a relatively easy process, so Excel can handle it pretty easily and it's relatively straightforward. So what you do, you have to first select the data, then you go to the Insert tab, and the first step would be to make a scatter plot from the dataset. So after adding the scatter plot, we click this button. This is the chart elements button. So when we click it, we'll get many options. And one of the last option is the trend line option, right? So we click here and go to more options. And by default, it selects the linear function, right? So it has already generated the linear regression line. But if you had some other types of relationships, then you could use them as well, like exponential, logarithmic, or polynomial, and other things, right? But it, even though it generates the line automatically, it doesn't display the equation. For that, you come down here and select this option. Now it shows the equation, linear uh, linear regression equation, and you could also generate the r squared value, right? So now we can move it here so we can see it clearly. So this is the linear regression line equation, and this is the r squared value. So that's about it. Now, for aesthetic purposes, you might want to add the axis titles. So to do that, you click here. So for the x-axis, you could just double click here and you could write whatever. So suppose this is the x-axis, so I'm just gonna write x-axis, but if your data set has a specific name, you could write that. So suppose our y-axis was called price, right? Then we could just simply write price here. And if you wanted to give your chart a title, you could just double click here. So um, sorry, so I actually accidentally removed the chart title option completely. So that's good. Now we can see how to add back the chart title. So to do that, we'll again go to the chart elements button, and what we need to click is this, the chart title, right? So we press that and it's back, right? So we double click here. Now suppose this chart shows the price of watermelons, right? So oops, the price of watermelons. So that's about it. So doing simple linear regression is pretty easy on Excel, and that's about it. Thank you.